Congratulations on the game.
Thank you.
We were talking to Nick about your shooting. It's vastly improved over last year, and we're wondering whether it's the number of shots you got up in the summer. He said you changed a little bit of technique. How has it evolved in your mind?
Definitely, just going through the summer, going through all the reps I had and live games, playing for FIBA and playing for Team Canada and summer league and stuff like that. Just going through the training with the Raptors development team and just trusting in the process and the tweaks and things they want to make to my shot, like just trying to get it off faster, game-like shots and stuff like that. But it's definitely a lot of reps, putting in a lot of reps, trying to, master your craft and doing what you can, off, on your own time, working out to try and produce during the game. So.
You feel more, you said you look more confident taking it. Do you feel more confident when you let it go this year than last, maybe?
Yeah, definitely feel more confident. Like I was saying, just trusting in the work that you put in. They always tell me that, and, they're always there for me, keep feeding me open shots, whether miss or make. So, I'm just glad I have the teammates that I have that keep, putting the ball in my hands when I'm open to shoot it.
Did you feel it was kind of like a gradual progression in your game, or did something special tonight just click in your head?
I definitely feel like it was a gradual progression. Just every night, just trusting in the work, whether I make or miss it. I still believe in my shot. So I wouldn't just say it was tonight, but yeah, definitely. It's good to see your shot go in, and it's good to try and carry it over to next game and stuff like that. But it's just continuing to put in the work and put up the reps.
Nick was also telling us he wants to see you creating for others as well. So how do you balance with the shot going down and also trying to create as well, mixing it up?
Just knowing that we have, a lot of talented guys out there tonight with OG, Scotty, Otto, Thad, and just trying to get those guys involved as much as they can, just, with the amount of reps that they get night in, night out. And, so just trying to get them into their spots. Me and Coach Nurse talked about that, just trying to, coming up the court and create rather than looking for my own shot. And, trying to just continue to do that, kind of trying to balance it out and figure that out myself as, we get more games and I get more reps. But just definitely trying to get guys involved, knowing that we have a lot of talented guys. And, a lot of guys are also out too. So, roles change when guys come back. So definitely trying to get guys the ball in the right spots so that they could take the shots that they need to take, and we can help us win the game.
Does that ever factor in your mind? There's the added pressure or weight, knowing that you have a bigger role in this game.
Just knowing that the coaches trust me enough to put me in there in the starting lineup tonight, and just the guys trust me. They see the work that I put in, and I see the work that they put in. So just whenever you get an opportunity, like Coach Nurse says, you just got to make the most of it. And I feel like just trying to continue to carry that over night in, night out, every game. So definitely trying to just continue to do that. But I'm grateful for the opportunity, and they trust me to put me in there.
Chris, you've been in situations a little bit similar to Dalano. Like you're waiting for a chance, and then all of a sudden everyone's hurt, and you're playing 30 minutes or whatever. What's it like to go into that kind of situation? What do you think when you see a guy like Dalano just take advantage of a moment like that?
Just that the work that he's putting in is working. Obviously, a lot of work is being put behind the scene, and it's a tough situation not knowing when you're gonna play, and when you get the chance, obviously you want to do everything at the same time. But like I said, I think we were pretty ready for today. We just realized, Pacers and OKC, those are games that we just can't afford to lose like that. So we definitely wanted to come strong today, and Dalano came ready to play, and it's just, like I said, it's next man up, and I think we all took that personal about losing that game last game.
Was this win a little bit sweeter, just given the fact that you guys haven't beat the Pistons in 6 games, so this would be the 7th that you actually won?
I just was tired of hearing about the curse, to be honest with you. So, they definitely had our number, so it definitely feels good to win against them. But we wanted to win, honestly. That's really what we needed it. Without all those guys that we're missing, and I think it's going to be good for the supporting cast confidence and for us to move on to the next game.
And with all those guys missing, what goes through your mind when Otto goes down too?
I just didn't want to have a game like Cleveland where we missed most of the guys, and I went in there trying to play superhero and all that. So that's all I was thinking about. Personally, I just didn't want to go over there and just start jacking shots and just think that I was going to bring the team. Focus on the game plan and knowing that it was going to be a collaboration of guys for us to win this game.
Chris, what have you kind of walked back into after you had 2-3 games where you didn't do too much, and then these last 2-3 games have been really good? What have you kind of got back into?
Obviously, the energy. I feel like, I had ups and downs a little bit the last 2 that I didn't play well. So I just wanted to go back to this, but also just taking what is available. Guys are starting to realize that I shoot the 3 and all that, so they're running me off the line, and I just wanted to be able to make some plays. I've worked extremely hard this summer just to be able to make other stuff and just work on the patient and read the game and see what I could do to help the team.
Been pretty consistent with the exception of maybe the odd game, but otherwise pretty consistent. Do you feel like you've taken another step in your game?
Yeah, I think, I feel like the game is getting a little slower now for me. I see things a lot different. But it's also just being able to be an impact off the bench. I think that's something that now that I know that this is something that the team needs and I could do that every game, it makes it a lot easier for me walking into a game realizing what we need and what I could bring to the team and just to focus on that.
You talked about your own energy. It doesn't seem like Scotty has quite the same energy he had all last year. Do you have any advice for him, or is that something you're seeing as well?
I think it's just a bad segment that he's having. Like I said, I had that before, so I definitely know how it feels. But I don't think that his energy is down or anything. I think it's just obviously people are focusing so much on what he's doing and all that with Pascal and all that. But he's gonna get out of it. Like I said, he wasn't the Rookie of the Year for no reason, and he's definitely gonna get to a level where he's gonna understand what he needs to do and all that. People wants him to be more aggressive and all that, but you don't just switch it like that. So he's gonna get to a point where things will get a little bit more smooth and nobody will talk about it no more.
What do you think of Jeff Doughton's game?
He's been working, to be honest with you. He's working a lot hard since the summer. We've been watching him, and every time you saw a little segment of him on the floor, it looks like he knows exactly what he's doing, and he's working hard. So for me, I'm not surprised. I'm really happy for him that he got the chance to do what he's doing. And I think he just hit a buzzer beater in the G League and all that. So similar path that I've been through. And when you see guys like that continuing, the Raptors, the culture about that is amazing.
He scored it really well, right? And it was had him off the ball a bunch as well, right? So I think we've talked about that before. I mean, he is kind of naturally a point guard, but when we got other lineups in there, I like having him off the ball so he's not under so much duress to make plays all the time, right? I think sprinkling him on and off the ball helps him set some people up, and then obviously, he's shooting the ball very well this year. He's like when he's catching and faced up, you're expecting him to make them now, which is a huge step forward for him. But yeah, he obviously had a great game.
Did you work on technique with him on a shot this summer, or is it just taking 1,000 a day? Like, how did he?
Yeah,
how did he get so good?
we've worked with some technique and mechanics things with him to move it, a little bit more where we think he can shoot the ball a little straighter and things like that. But, that's a small part of it. But then the work has to come after that. So I just like the confidence he's shooting them with. That's part of it too, to understand that you can make them and take them in NBA games.
You got a few minutes out of Jeff Doughton. You got a big block shot there on that second last possession. Why did you use him, or what did you think he brought to you?
Yeah, I mean, that was exactly why we used him. The stretches of the game, thought he was really tough to go against defense. I think he was really, moving his feet, keeping the ball in front of him, and just kind of thought they were really kind of singling out some guards and playing, and we were having a hard time keeping them out of the paint, and just rolled the dice there a little bit, but thought he was the best defender for the situation, and fortunately he made a great play.
When you see performances like Delano's and some standout guys tonight, how does that build trust for when the starting lineup or the roster in general gets healthy again?
Well, it certainly does, right? I think everybody contributed tonight, in some way that played, and that's what it takes, when you're thin and playing different guys. Everybody's got to do something. I thought Thad was great tonight, right? He takes 4 shots and what does he have? 6 points, but he was great all over the floor. Juancho, I thought, was cutting and moving the ball. Obviously, OG was very good as well. Scored some big time tough buckets. Chris was on fire, right, to start the half. That gave us a big lift. So it was good to see everybody. Christian and Kem even did their bits here and there, putting them in and blocking some shots and things like that.
What were you thinking when they kind of wouldn't go away, especially after the Indy?
Yeah, I didn't think like we were ever going to be in a situation where they would go away. I just think they got too much scoring out there, and they got Burks and Ivy and Bogdanovich, and then you got Bay out there shooting, and it's just going to be hard to constantly stop them like that. But I thought, we talked about the Indiana game, and that we, again, mentioned it in pregame, we played really well for a stretch, and we talked about at halftime that we needed to, we're playing well, we need to do it again for 24 more minutes. And I just thought probably the difference was we just had more gas in the tank tonight than we did the other night. We were just better getting back, we were better fighting on defense, all that kind of stuff.
OG's knack on defense for reading the play and anticipating the pass and getting in the lane or cutting it off, stopping it. Is that from film work or from like how does he do it?
It's probably just instinct. He's just got really good instinct, and he's got a kind of an explosive move when he does it, right? He really gets out there quick and on balance, and he's just making an instinctual read there. And you're right. I think he got his hands on a bunch of stuff tonight. I just said that. I thought we knocked the ball away a ton. We didn't recover a lot of them. We had them, we had the ball squirting around on the floor a lot. We didn't get some of them back. If we can ever start getting some of those. I mean, I know we did turn them over 18 times in the first 3 quarters and hardly any in the fourth, but they did kind of go to an isolation game where they weren't really passing the ball, so they were cutting down on their turnovers by doing that too.
Having a guy like OG out there with that skill,
Yeah.
what does it allow you to do defensive schematically, I guess?
Yeah, well, what we did tonight a little bit is we ended up putting him on their center, right? So they were playing mid pick and roll, and it enables him to switch out, and then he's on the best scorer, right? So it enables us to shift him around a little bit and put him on the primary scorer if the game calls for it.
Scotty hasn't looked like himself the last little bit. Is it him battling something, or not being assertive enough, or a combo, or something different?
I think he's okay physically. I mean, I think he's got some, normal NBA grind, lots of games, bumps and bruises. He probably doesn't feel perfect out there. But I agree with you. I think he's again, I said, that his biggest challenge going in the year was to have the enthusiasm that he had last year, right? Every game he was a kid in a candy store, right? And that's part of, now you've got some attention, you get some focal, you get some tough defenders, you get knocked around a little bit, but we'll keep working at him. I thought he played pretty big defensively late in the game.
Anything up on Otto?
Yeah, foot problem. I think he had toe got stepped on and hurt pretty bad. He was struggling most of the game. It happened pretty early, and you could tell he was laboring a little bit, and then that was it at the half.
You got a big game ahead against the Heat. I know you got to probably take in this one, but how do you approach that game knowing that rosters, with Otto especially now, add him to the list?
Well, yeah, let's hope we got enough guys to play it, all right? We'll see. Hopefully some guys will get back, or, one or two will get back, make a big difference. But, again, at least, like I said before, these guys have played a couple games together now. You can see a little chemistry building now that they know, and we got a few things we can run with these guys. It's not easy. A lot of the playbook goes in the rubbish bin because guys are in so many different positions, right? So, we did a bunch of stuff tonight we haven't really done before, and just kind of doing it on the fly a lot. But they did a good job. They did a good job. They manned zone. We struggled the first couple possessions against the zone, then we got ourselves settled and got a couple good dunks against it. So they did a good job of really working to execute. So we'll just roll these guys out there again if we have to.